What you're about to hear will make your blood boil and question everything you thought you knew about WWE's backstage politics. Brock Lesnar just committed what might be the most disgusting act of his entire career, and it's all because WWE management has been playing dirty games behind closed doors that no one is talking about. Monday Night Raw just witnessed something that has never happened before in WWE history, and the mainstream wrestling media is completely ignoring the real story. While everyone's focused on the surface-level drama, I'm here to expose the shocking truth about why Brock Lesnar viciously attacked Bronson Reed, and trust me, it has nothing to do with what WWE wants you to believe. This isn't just another wrestling storyline, this is about money, power, and the systematic destruction of rising talent that threatens WWE's Golden Boy system. What happened to Bronson Reed is a perfect example of how WWE continues to bury incredible performers who don't fit their corporate agenda, and Brock Lesnar just became their enforcer. But here's what's going to make you absolutely furious: this attack wasn't random, it wasn't spontaneous, and it definitely wasn't part of any storyline. Multiple backstage sources are confirming that this was a calculated move designed to send a message to every wrestler in that locker room about what happens when you start getting too much attention. Let me break down exactly what went down and why this situation is so much worse than anyone realizes. Bronson Reed has been absolutely destroying the competition for months now. His performances have been nothing short of spectacular, and guess what? That's apparently a problem for certain people in WWE. You see, Bronson Reed represents everything that modern wrestling fans are hungry for: authentic athleticism, genuine charisma, and the kind of raw talent that can't be manufactured in WWE's corporate machine. He's been consistently delivering match-of-the-night performances while other so-called top stars have been coasting on their reputations. But here's where it gets absolutely infuriating: instead of recognizing Reed's incredible value and pushing him to the moon like any competent wrestling promotion would do, WWE has been systematically undermining him at every turn. They've been giving him minimal TV time, burying him in meaningless feuds, and now they've literally sicked their part-time golden boy on him. The timing of this attack is no coincidence whatsoever. Just last week, Bronson Reed delivered what many are calling one of the best promos of the entire year, completely overshadowing several established main event stars in the process. His segment was trending worldwide on social media, and fans were demanding more screen time for the Australian powerhouse. And what does WWE do in response to this organic fan support? They have Brock Lesnar, who shows up whenever he feels like it and collects massive paychecks for minimal effort, completely demolish Reed in what can only be described as a character assassination attempt. This is the same Brock Lesnar who has been phoning it in for years, delivering the same 5 moves of doom in every match while collecting millions of dollars. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed has been busting his ass night after night, putting on incredible performances for a fraction of the money, and this is how WWE rewards his dedication. But the most disgusting part of this entire situation is how WWE is trying to spin this as some kind of legitimate storyline development. They're feeding us this garbage about Lesnar being motivated by competitive spirit or respect for the business, when the reality is that this was nothing more than a corporate hit job designed to put Reed back in his place. Multiple wrestlers who spoke to me on condition of anonymity are furious about what happened to Reed. One veteran performer told me, and I quote, "This is exactly the kind of political nonsense that's killing the wrestling business. You have a guy like Bronson who's over with the fans and delivering incredible work, and instead of capitalizing on that, they use him as a stepping stone for someone who doesn't even need the boost." Another source revealed something even more disturbing. Apparently, there were discussions backstage about Reed's growing popularity being a problem that needed to be addressed. Can you believe that? In what universe is a wrestler being popular with fans considered a problem that needs fixing? This is the same backwards thinking that has plagued WWE for decades. Instead of embracing organic talent and fan reactions, they insist on forcing their predetermined narratives down our throats, even when it means destroying promising careers in the process. The worst part is that Bronson Reed is exactly the kind of performer WWE should be building their future around. He's got incredible athleticism, legitimate toughness, genuine charisma, and most importantly, he connects with audiences in a way that feels completely authentic. But instead of recognizing these qualities, WWE sees him as a threat to their carefully constructed hierarchy. And let's talk about the message this sends to every other wrestler in that locker room. If you work hard, if you connect with fans, if you dare to outshine the chosen few, you'll get fed to the part-time stars who don't even care about the business anymore. How is that supposed to motivate anyone to give their best effort? This attack on Bronson Reed represents everything that's wrong with modern WWE: the politics, the corporate interference, the complete disregard for actual talent in favor of name recognition and marketing potential. They'd rather protect their established stars than create new ones, even when those new stars are clearly more talented and dedicated. But here's what WWE doesn't understand: fans aren't stupid. We can see what's happening, and we're absolutely sick of watching genuine talent get buried while part-time performers get handed everything on a silver platter. The fan reaction to this attack has been overwhelmingly negative, with thousands of people expressing their disgust on social media. The hashtag Justice for Bronson Reed has been trending for hours, with fans sharing clips of Reed's best moments and demanding better treatment for the Australian superstar. This is exactly the kind of organic fan support that WWE should be celebrating, not punishing. And speaking of punishment, let's talk about what this means for Bronson Reed's career moving forward. History shows us that when WWE decides to make an example out of someone, they don't stop with one attack. This could be the beginning of a systematic burial that destroys years of hard work and momentum. We've seen this pattern before with countless talented wrestlers who dared to get over without permission. They get fed to established stars, lose repeatedly, and eventually disappear into catering or get released entirely. Is that really the future WWE wants for someone as talented as Bronson Reed? The most frustrating part of this entire situation is that it didn't have to happen this way. WWE could have used Reed's momentum to create compelling storylines, build new stars, and give fans the fresh content they're desperately craving. Instead, they chose the lazy route of sacrificing him to maintain their status quo. This is exactly why so many wrestling fans are turning away from WWE and embracing alternative promotions that actually value talent and storytelling over politics and corporate agendas. When companies like AEW are building stars and creating must-see television, WWE is stuck in the past, making the same mistakes they've been making for decades. The saddest part is that Bronson Reed deserves so much better than this. He's worked incredibly hard to get to this point in his career, and he was finally starting to get the recognition he deserved. Now, thanks to WWE's backwards thinking, all that momentum has been completely destroyed in one senseless attack. But here's what I want every single one of you watching this video to do: don't let WWE get away with this. Make your voices heard on social media, at live events, and wherever else you can. Show WWE that fans won't stand for talented wrestlers being buried for political reasons. The wrestling business is supposed to be about entertainment, athleticism, and storytelling, not corporate politics and protecting fragile egos. Bronson Reed represents everything that's great about professional wrestling, and he deserves better than being used as a sacrificial lamb for WWE's political games. This attack on Monday Night Raw wasn't just an attack on Bronson Reed, it was an attack on every wrestling fan who wants to see genuine talent rewarded and authentic storylines told. We can't let WWE continue down this destructive path without consequences. What do you think about this situation? Are you as disgusted as I am by WWE's treatment of Bronson Reed? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with every wrestling fan you know. The more people who understand what really happened, the better chance we have of forcing WWE to change their ways.